What's up, guys? It's your girl, The Brooks Impact, and we are back with another episode of No One Told Me, so I'm telling you. And I have the beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous Alejandra with me today. Hello, how are you, beautiful? How are you feeling?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit nervous, y'all. I'm a little bit more nervous than usual because my last ones with these, like I told you, have been with people that I've known for years.
Yeah.
So you are someone who's kind of very new to my life. We're actually mutuals on social media, and she decided to trust me. And look at how beautiful her hair is. So this video is sponsored by High End Hair. We specialize in wigs, weaves, micro links, coloring, really anything that you need, located in Dallas, Texas. And for a limited time, we are doing free installs with hair as I continue to build my portfolio as an entrepreneur. So you had asked me earlier what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing with High End Hair is I'm actually going to be the director of sales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So things change. I'm not doing that. Story time coming soon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alejandra. I am originally from New York City, Dominican Republic, so I'm Dominican. And I've been in Dallas for like 2 years now.
Ooh, are you liking it?
I just got my car like a few months ago.
So you haven't been in 2 years?
I like Dallas, but it's definitely different. Like
it's so different.
Got a car, so I'm like driving around now, but I still am a city girl, so I take my bus.
So how is driving going for you? Dallas people can't drive.
No, Dallas people can't drive, but also I can't drive.
And you can't drive, so you fit right in. You know what's so funny? I don't drive.
Really?
Girl, I swear I'm a New York girl stuck in Dallas, Texas. But Dallas is supposed to become the new New York. I don't drive. I haven't driven since I was in college. I haven't driven.
So you don't have a car here?
No. I take cars everywhere I go.
Period.
Yeah, it's a different life. And you get it. Like, people in Dallas, they don't get it. It's like, it's a lot of stress.
Wait, that's crazy. Okay, because I didn't take Ubers. I was taking the bus. Like, I was like, darting everywhere. And
Girl, I did
were
that
like,
for a while too.
Yeah. So wait, how long have you been here for?
In Dallas? I'm from here.
And you don't got a car?
I used to have
a license?
cars. No, I don't even got a license.
Oh.
I never had a license. I had a permit, and then I had an 18-wheeler accident, and I was still in college.
Yeah.
So I was like, forget this. I'm done with this. I'm not doing. And I had a lot of car accidents. I was like, some of them would be my fault. Some of them I would be in cars with other people. So I just had a lot of driving trauma. Yeah.
No,
So I was just like, And plus, when I was a little girl, I always said I would want somebody to drive me around. Driving is just not as what it's all cracked up to be.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it has allowed me to open up Dallas, right?
True.
Like, I would not have been able to get my hair done if it wasn't for a car.
Yeah.
Because she was all the way in Plano, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I would have had to ask either my boyfriend to drive me, or there was no way that I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
So it has opened up a lot of opportunities to
good.
meet people, get to, even do this, right?
Yeah.
I would not. No.
You wouldn't even be here.
Yeah. So
you're really just now about to start experience.
Yeah.
If you don't know Dallas, there's
Yeah.
no way. I know how to get around, but if you don't know this place, it's really about who you know here.
Yeah.
It'll make or break your experience.
Yeah.
Here.
And that was hard too. Like, when I first moved, all my friends, they graduated college and they went straight to New York City. That's where you get all your jobs.
Yeah.
And me, I was the only one that actually came to Dallas, moved.
Yeah.
All my friends are still in New York. So it was I had to really
figure it out,
yeah. Right? I had to go on Bumble BFF.
Yeah.
I met one of my and I met one of my really closest friends here, Whitney.
Really?
She's definitely there's definitely a couple weird girls
of
there.
course, definitely everywhere.
But I was able to meet one of my closest friends there still now. So it's been fun. And then I was able to open up and meet a roommate and but it was definitely hard to make friends, and I felt like I was struggling because I was like, everybody just wants to go to happy hour. I just want to rot in bed.
Me too.
So
we have that in common.
Yeah,
I want to do this. I want to sit in bed. Let's just sit in our house and do nothing.
Can we do that? Just scroll on my phone.
Yes.
Go on TikTok. Watch TV.
Yes.
That's it. So
that's why we were really vibing from the beginning. Okay, so girl. Okay, so tell me. Actually, let's just get right into it. So, you guys, the next round of this interview, we're going to get the interview started. You ready?
Okay.
So, I want to break the ice. We're already breaking the ice by talking, but I have some questions. We're going to do a speed round. I'm going to ask Alejandra 5 questions, and she has to answer them quickly. Quick, fast. Okay, you got 10 seconds to answer each question, okay? And we're going to the next one. So, this is going to help you just kind of say what's on your head. I don't want you thinking too much, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready? All right, first question. If your younger self could see you right now, what do you think she'd be the most proud of?
Oh my God. No, wait, this is hard. I can't have 10 seconds. I think she'll be most proud of like just the independence and the growth. Like me being able, like my family's not here. I don't have family in Dallas, right? Yeah. The independence and the growth and like just being able to be here right now, right? Yeah. Have a full-time job, be a corporate baddie, stuff like that where it's not like I ever would have thought I would have been here today.
Girl, because your family's in New York. That's far. Like that's not 20 minutes.
I can't go home and be like, Ma, can you cook me food?
No.
So
no, girl, you better get in that kitchen yourself.
Right.
Okay. That's good. Okay. So the next question is, what's a lesson you learned the hard way but are now grateful for?
These are not fast.
These are the icebreaker questions.
A lesson that I've learned
the hard way. But you're grateful that you learned now.
I think it was just open to saying yes to opportunities, right? I think for me, I was always like closed off. And I think that's how we grow up, right? Like I grew up very much like, if you don't know how to do this, like you just close off. And now I think I'm learning to say yes to new opportunities at work, at my job and stuff like that. And I really wasn't the type to advocate for myself. I think that's also something that I've learned. But yeah, I think I would say that, like advocating for myself and saying yes to like opportunities.
No, I agree with that because it used to, like for me when I was growing up, it was like if I didn't make something the first time or if I didn't do something right the first time, I was like, oh, well, that's just not for me. Like, no, you actually have to just put in more effort. You actually just need to practice more. You actually need to open yourself up more. So I love that. Definitely agree with that. Okay. These are not as fast as I thought they would be, but that's okay because they're very valuable. Yeah, they are. The next one says, what's something people assume about you but are totally wrong?
To be honest, I don't know. That's hard.
Do people know you're Dominican right off the bat?
No. So people assume I'm black. Yeah. And I think I got that a lot when I moved here. Yeah. Because up in New York, we're very diverse.
Dominican,
like there's just so like but then here it was like, oh, you're black, and then I would say my name, and they'll be like, oh, what are you? Like, you know, because it's like Alejandra, but then you have your black features, my really big curly afro, right? So,
oh my gosh, your afro is so cute. That was like what caught my attention. So when I met Alejandra, it was at a Friendsgiving. You were hosting the Friendsgiving. Big, beautiful curly hair. You had such warm energy. It was a great night. It was a great night. I was so grateful that I got invited to that. And now we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if life had a highlight reel, what is a moment that has to be on yours?
A highlight reel. I would say, oh my God, this is hard.
Like a highlight. What is something that would be on yours?
I think it would be like, okay, I think.
Like, come on, because like I can already tell you what I would think would be your highlight reel just from what you've told me so far. Moving to Texas, from New York, and leaving your family.
Yeah, but like I think it would be that, and I think it would also be like being first gen, being able to go to college on a full-time ride, no loans, and I went to Cornell University.
What?
Yep. So I think that would be like my biggest thing where it's like my parents didn't do that. My parents don't know what the heck that is.
Cornell's a great school. That's in New York.
Yeah.
My ex went there.
That's an Ivy. Yeah.
That's
really?
An Ivy, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Well, maybe y'all know each other.
I don't know.
Well, when did you graduate?
22.
Okay, so not that long ago. Okay. We're not going to get they don't get all that. We ain't there yet. Y'all better like and subscribe and follow if you want to get some more tea on that. But anyways, okay, so last question for the speed round. What's one piece of advice you wish you had received sooner?
I think it's just be open. Just be open to going on risks, right? I think it was like I was so surrounded by my family growing up where it was like, okay, now you got into school, now you have to go away for 4 hours. And now if you want to come home and eat a home cooked meal, you have to drive 4 hours to come back down. And then I think it was just like getting up and like just moving to Dallas, right? Like taking on these risks that I was not able to do earlier on. So I think that would be like something that I would say.
Okay, so I want to kind of just dive a little bit deeper into one of the things that you said, because I know that my audience, it ranges like from girls. It's mostly all women, all girls. I guess like what were some of the characteristics that your parents might have instilled in you, or that you worked on yourself, that helped you get to that point?
Yeah, I think it was definitely my mom. My mom went to school back in Dominican Republic, and so she knew that coming to the United States, she needed to have all of us be the top of the top. And so my mom still doesn't know too much English. So she had to navigate the school system in New York without knowing anything. Wow. And so she was able to, she's very extroverted, so she just makes friends out of nowhere. Yeah. All my teachers were her friends. Yeah. So they would like tell her like there's this program that would allow her to go to a private school and like etc. I wasn't able to get into the private school program, but my older sister and my little sister did. I'm not a good test taker, so you know, I failed all those tests. Good enough. But
Cornell.
Yeah. Okay, but enough. Like I was still like, my mom was just very strict. That's what it was. My mom wasn't like, you could be outside. No, when I had like when I had a friend's dinner, I would have like a friend's birthday dinner. I would have to tell my mom like a month in advance, and then keep bringing it up, you know,
and keep reminding
her. Like, you know, that's coming up. So my mom was just very like, you know, you have to do good. Parent-teacher conference always has to be good. Grades always had to be good. So it was definitely that, but also like my mom always found opportunities for her daughters.
Okay, so let me ask you. Okay, so from moving to New York to moving to Texas, I know that's a big difference. The culture, it's a culture shock. Yeah, for sure. Like people are just completely different. I've been in New York a few times, and I love New York. Yeah, I actually really do. It's just very different from here. How were you able? Because I feel like, and maybe you tell me, maybe your experience is different, but in Dallas and in Texas in general, people come off very friendly, very nice, very kind, way different than in New York. Yeah. They're just starting conversations, very much small talk out of nowhere. They start asking you personal questions, like what? Yeah. So, for one, how have you learned, or how have you been able to create boundaries here in Texas, in a state where people are not even, I don't want to say just Texas, because I think that it can be for anywhere, universal, creating boundaries of what you're willing to share with people versus what you're not.
I'm trying to think, like, do I have like boundaries? And do I need to start thinking about that, right? Because I just feel like because of that culture shock, I'm very much adaptable. Yeah. So I don't feel like I have put on boundaries when it comes to, you know, certain things that I do or like at work or in my life, just because I'm just very adaptable. Yeah. So I think it's hard, and I think that's something that I have to like think about, right? It's like, how much do I put forward of myself without becoming too exhausted of oversharing? Yeah, so I think that's good. I've never really thought about it.
Wow. Because I think that's something I'm actually 31.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that I think so. But that's something that I've been like really pushing for everyone. Like I want everyone to create boundaries, because without boundaries, you can slip into people pleasing very, very easily.
And I think that's one of my biggest things, is I'm definitely a people pleaser. Like if somebody tells me to do something at work, I'm gonna do it, right? Even though I have these X, Y, like so many other things that I have to complete, I'm like, no, she asked for it, let me just do it, right? I want to look good. You know, I'm the only black person on my team. Yeah. You know, so it's a lot, right? And it's always because we want to do the best that we can, especially as women of color in corporate, right?
Because we always feel like we have to like do more, do more. Yeah. You always feel like you're walking on eggshells. Like your job could be, like you feel expendable as a black woman all the time, right? Like it's nothing to replace you. And I think that for me, you know, we talked about me leaving my other company, and what made me leave, and I think that was a big thing, was I wasn't allowed to have boundaries. So I would just they would call me and be like, hey, I need you in Vegas tomorrow. And I'd have to
drop everything.
Right? I was building my own business when I went there. I was already working on my own business. I was already building relationships and things like that. And because it was such a great opportunity, I was willing to do that. You know, I found myself working on photo shoots at midnight when I'm supposed to be going on a date with my boyfriend. And like it's starting to, or I'm supposed to be going, there's a family funeral, but they need me to do this. So it's like boundaries are so important. And I understand, like as black women, I feel like it's very easy for us to be like, I'm not allowed to have boundaries. Yeah. Because we get pressured into, oh, you're mean. But it's important not only even just in jobs, but even in friendships and in relationships to be able to have those boundaries as well. So I definitely wanted to dig into that a little bit, but I want you to think about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this later.
Yeah.
And I want to know about some boundaries that you set in place. Yeah. So let's see. Tell me, have you ever had to walk away from a friendship for your peace?
I have. And it was tough because it was somebody that I really loved. Mm-hmm. But it was more so of my mental health was, like I just feel as though once I love somebody, I definitely would risk it all. Yeah. But once it comes to like my mental health, like now I'm playing therapy, like therapist to you. Yeah. And like I love you, but I also love myself. Yes. And so that was definitely something that I had to, convey and like also go to therapy for, because it was just like, how do I let them, obviously it was hard. It was a hard conversation, very but difficult. It wasn't like I was just like, I still love you. Yeah, of course. It's just more so of like, hey, like these are things, these are resources, like maybe we can do it together, I was still there for her, but it was definitely tough to like just navigate that whole situation while also keeping my mental health at peace. Yeah. So
it taught you to protect your mental health?
Yeah, for sure. Like every time that I get too close, like once I start getting close to somebody, I'm like, are you bringing me peace, or are you,
bringing me chaos?
Right, because at that point I can't. Yeah. And I just feel like I'm at a point in my life where I feel as though my mental health is definitely at its peak, where I'm like, okay, I feel good. I feel really good.
And I want to stay here.
Yeah. And I don't want any, interruptions. Good.
So that means that you've like learned your triggers. Mm-hmm. And you have set some boundaries. Yeah. Like, whoa, you're triggering me, and like. Yep. And I can agree with that. I think that once you're able to catch yourself when you struggle with certain mental things, mental health concerns that people don't want to talk about, especially in our community and things like that. But like, I love that our generations are the ones that are like, no, this is real. Yeah. Like, this is real, and since it is real, and now I know that this is a part of who I am, I know when to be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, because I'm not going back to that. Yeah. I think that that's something that your younger self will be proud of too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
for sure. So that's really good. That's really good, actually. I love that. I think that more people need to walk away from friendships. Yeah. It's an unpopular opinion, but
there are a lot of friendships that at some point you're giving in too much and they're not giving in the same. Mm-hmm. And it's like, at that point, there's no real friendship there.
It's actually not friendship. It's actually enmeshment. You're enmeshed with this person. You guys have trauma bonded. Yeah. Yes. You're trauma bonded to this person. Yep. It's not an actual relationship. It's not an actual friendship. I want to talk about some discernment. Okay. And time management. Okay. How do you decide who and what is worth your time?
If you bring me happiness, right? Like, I want to spend time with you if you make me feel good. Yeah. And so I want to spend all the time with my boyfriend, obviously, because I'm just like, hey. My man. And I love spending time with my sisters, right? Like, you guys bring me happiness. Yeah. You guys are so far. Yeah. Like, I want to just continue to, like, always be together, right? And so I think that's how I primarily choose. I'm very much, I get tired of people quick. So I don't want to see you every day. But I want to see you, on the weekend. We don't have to talk every day. As long as you send me like a hey, and I send like a hey, But we don't have to. I don't talk to my best friend every single day. Like, every once in a while we'll FaceTime, and that's fine. Like, you don't need to talk to somebody every day. So I think that's my thing. It's like, I do set some boundaries too.
Like you have boundaries to me. Yeah. I just haven't thought about what they are. Yeah.
Like, for me, one of my biggest things is working out. Yeah. Right. So I like my routine where Monday through Friday, I go and wake up in the morning before work and I go to the gym. Yeah. Then I come back home after work and I go boxing. Ooh. So I started boxing and now I do that literally Monday through Friday. And I'm like, I can't go. Like, today I did my hair and I was like, okay, maybe I need a break, and like, whatever. You're a boxer? Let me find out. Yeah. So I started boxing like a year and a half ago, and I potentially want to spar. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, but like, no, for real. No, but it's fun, and it's definitely like a good
in
cardio.
This corner, in Barbie.
Yeah, they gonna beat me up now.
No, they not. You gonna win. My money is on you.
Yeah, who knows where life could take me? But yeah, like routine is very important. So,
last question. So you're about to celebrate 1 year with your boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Wow. First of all, congratulations. Let's give it up for Alejandra. And you haven't told everybody where they can find you.
Instagram. I'm on Instagram.
Where?
Alejandra, which is my name, and then there's 4 R's and then 3 A's.
I'll put it here.
Really long.
Don't worry. I'm gonna put it here so you guys can follow her on Instagram.
Yeah. And I think that's really much all I use.
So you're about to celebrate 1 year with your boyfriend, and your boyfriend, is he from Texas?
He's from Memphis, but he lives here.
Okay, so he lives here too. Okay, so she had mentioned 1 year. I want to know if you're watching this right now and you've been with your partner for 1 year without her answering. Let me ask you this: do you live with your partner?
Who, me? No. Oh.
Not you. But I want them to answer, and I want you to talk about how you're celebrating 1 year, how you don't live with your boyfriend, and how that has been beneficial for your relationship.
Yeah, and like I said, like I get tired of people so quick. So I don't want to breathe in the same air as you Monday through Sunday. Like I definitely... It's back to routine, right?
Yeah.
Like I want my routine, and when I see you, I really want it to be like a break, right?
Yeah.
Like, and even when I see you, we do things that we both enjoy, like working out, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go to the gym together on the weekends, right? So I think that's one of the ways where it's like when I don't live with you, when I don't live with the person that I love them a little bit more because I start to miss you, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a week, or I haven't seen you in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's better that way, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know how we're celebrating our 1 year. We'll definitely be here in Dallas because I'm coming back from a trip right before. But yeah, I'm excited. I met him on Hinge.
Really?
So I'm a Hinge love story.
Hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hinge has been good to me.
Hinge has been good. I mean, I met my boyfriend, so.
Period. It's 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow. So Alejandra, this has been amazing. I'm so excited that you sat down and you spoke with me. And right before we wrap this up, if you could give the girls a little bit, just like one piece of advice that doesn't come from me asking you questions, just comes from your head, what would that be?
I think you're gonna fall, but you're always gonna bounce back. And I think that's one of the beauties of life, right? There's gonna be times where you're gonna go through hardships, but then there's times where you're gonna feel really good about yourself and feel really good with your mental health and feel really good about the boundaries that you set. And I think that's one of the beauties of life, right? Not everything is gonna be perfect, but there are gonna be times where you're gonna really be like, I feel really good, or I could have learned from that. So
don't be afraid to check yourself and figure out what you learned.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. It's gonna happen. But I'm happy to be up right now. I'm happy to be in a good mental headspace. It sounds like you're in a good mental headspace, and you're up and you're looking beautiful. And I really enjoyed getting to know you. And we're gonna have to grab food or drinks when you get back without the cameras.
Yeah.
But I'll probably still record because All right, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be putting all the information for high-end hair as well as where you can find Alejandra below. Love you, and see you in the next video. Bye.